Today I'm making spiral bracelets with options to weave, twist, or wrap the wire. Hello Live Wires, Heather Boyd Wire here. Welcome to day 8 of the 10-day wire bracelets to make, gift, and sell challenge. I will put all the details about the challenge in the description below the video. So without further ado, let's get wired. I'm using artistic wire and 6mm miracle beads. My tools are the Beadalon Slimline Series chain nose and round nose pliers, their Glimmer Series nipper tool, their nylon jaw pliers, and their bail making pliers. We'll start with the weaving technique. I'm going to take 24 inches of the 18 gauge wire. I'm going to bend it in half and get my bail making pliers to form a curve at the center of the wire. We want this space to be large enough to fit a 6mm bead. Straighten out those wires. Now we're going to add 24 inches of 22 gauge German style wire. You can also use a thinner 24 gauge if you prefer. We're going to wind the wire around to secure it in place, and then we will clip the end flush. You can do any weaving technique that you like, but I'm going to do a very simple weave where I add the bead and twist the wire around the opposite side. We could go around a couple of times, bring it over and through, straighten it out as you go. We're going to wind it 2 or 3 times, how you like. And then we'll bring the wire down and twist it on the other wire. You can do a few weaves if you like, or just one. These projects are really open-ended. So continue winding the wire around, straightening it as you go, making sure it's more or less even. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we're going to keep adding beads till we get to the end. Could make it anywhere between 7 and 8 inches long depending on the size of your wrist. We will curve it around the bracelet mandrel to get the shape. You can use a cup or a pill bottle or a round form. And now I'm going to form the spirals. This is my favorite technique to make spirals using a ring cone. So we just put the cone right in there and wind it around towards the top, pushing the wire around, wiggling it to make sure it's right in there. Clip the ends flush with your nipper tool or flush cutters and take the end with round nose pliers and rotate your hand to bring the end into a closed loop. And once you've done the loop, we're going to collapse the spiral so we push it in so it'll be flat, and at that point you can wiggle it around with your fingers. Do the same on the other wire. Bring the wire in to make a closed loop and push it down so it will flatten out that spiral. Can even it out a little bit. It's good to do a lot of these adjustings by hand so you don't scratch the wire, and you can use the nylon jaw pliers to press the spirals a little bit more. Just wiggle it around until you're happy with the shape. Once it's even, all you have to do is slip it on, and there's your super cool bracelet. Now we're going to do the twisted one. I know twisting wire isn't everybody's bag, so that's why I always give options in these challenges so people can go with their comfort zone, or they can challenge themselves to do something different. For this one, I haven't cut the end of the wire. I bent it in half. I'm going to hold it with the nylon jaw pliers and I'm going to twist. For sure it's a little tricky because the wires are long. You really have to keep them out at an equal angle to get an even twist. I'm going to measure around 7.5 inches and I will hold the end and twist the wire around a couple more times to secure it. Clip the other end. They don't have to be the same length. They could be a little bit different. And then we're going to twist that other wire around. It just finishes it off nicely. Let's bring it around twice. Straighten out the wire a little bit. Clip the ends to the length that you want. Could be about 4 to 5 inches. And again, form the spirals with our ring cone. These are just plastic display cones. I'll link up all my materials in the description below the video. Or you can check out my Amazon shop with all the products that I love. Do the same on the other side. Hold with your thumb and twist the wire around towards the top. And one more. Bring it around. This one looks really organic. I like how it looks like a tree. That's going to be my next project, to do a bracelet that looks like a wire tree. I have done them in the past in some of my previous challenges. I'll link up some other tutorials for trees and bracelets in the description below the video. Now we're going to close that end into a little loop and collapse the spiral. I just can even it out by wiggling it around a bit using the round nose pliers. Push those wires closer or further away, and you can adjust with your fingers as well. This wire is quite soft. Go in with your nylon jaw pliers to adjust them even more, and then you can put the bracelet on the mandrel to form your circle. I'm just going around at a smaller size because it will bounce back. Push it against the mandrel. And then you will have to do some more adjusting. This one's really artsy. You could add some beads too, that would be really pretty. I bent the ends a little bit more to make the bracelet a little bit smaller, but also you will see we're going to be able to hook those wires together to hold it on. It's a really cute design. It's a more delicate bracelet, but it's really funky. And there's the finished bracelet. If you want to do one with 3 spirals, I went ahead and made a hook at the end, at the folded end of the wire, twisted it all the way down, and now I'm adding a second wire so I could make an uneven number of spirals. You could really play around with these designs. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And my twist there is not even at all, but I'm not too worried about it. We just wanted to attach another wire and then twist it at the end where the hook is. Give it a little clip with the flush cutters and pinch it. Go ahead and do your last spiral with the ring cone. Bring the wire around. Bring it down towards the center. Make our closed loop with the round nose pliers. Collapse that spiral, so we just adjust it, and you can push it down with your fingers. Bring it on the mandrel, push it down. You could hammer it a little bit too. I bought a metal mandrel that I'll be experimenting with it as well. And for this, I just hooked it into one of the spirals. Again, it's a little fragile, but it's super cute. And there's the finished one, looks really Celtic. Now for the wrapping style, people might opt for this one. I tried it with 18 gauge wire at first. It was a little stiff. Here I am at my dad's residence in their little community room. I was having fun showing my dad and mom how to make bracelets. Go ahead and make a little bend where the wire was folded. Bring it around. So this is how we start our little hook. From there, we're going to wrap our beads. So we want to take the longer wire and wrap it around a couple of times to secure it in place, and make a little curve with your thumb and add our bead. This is a 6mm miracle bead, and we're going to wind the wire up and down and curve it again. Add another bead. We're going to alternate our sides so there'll be no real right or wrong side. So we're going to bring it up and over the wire, twist it around. Here's the side view when I did it with the turquoise and the thicker wire. Bring the wire around. The 18 gauge is quite stiff. I'm going to go back to the 20 gauge. We want to go over and under, making sure there's no slack, tugging at the wire as you need. And once we're all done, we can go ahead and measure about 7 inches. Depends on your wrist. This is a really quick way to add beads and should be accessible for beginners. Now we're going to clip the ends to 4 and 5 inches. Do our spirals. If you have a preferred way of doing spirals, go for it. I just find with the cone, it makes them quickly and it makes them quite even. Hold the cone with your thumb and spiral the wire up. Clip the ends flush with the nipper tool. Take the end, make a closed loop, and collapse that spiral. Do the same on the other side. Wiggle those spirals around to make them even. Rotate them in a little bit more. You can adjust the spacing of the wires. Get your nylon jaw pliers, give them a little press. You could hammer them a bit if you wanted to. We'll bring it around the mandrel, push it down, just curve it right around. Do more adjusting by hand. And the hook, we're going to bend it down a bit so it will hook in a little easier. There's our bracelet. We'll compare the 20 gauge with the 18 gauge, and the hooks are done in different directions. One towards the outside, one towards the inside. We'll just hook it on. And there's our super funky bracelets with the spirals and the beads. Thanks so much for watching the video. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making tutorials. Join the private Facebook group for my 10-day challenges. You can share your photos of your bracelets for the duration of the challenge. Be sure to check out the description below the video for all the details about the challenge. Have fun with your bracelets, and we'll see you the next time.